Hey guys, this is John, and I'm playing Bakula in the 3-minute pool on ICC. Bakula is an IM from Serbia, it looks like. And I don't know a whole lot about this system, but let's play G3. I'm going to opt for a Fianchetto system. Play Bishop G2, H5, that's interesting. I should probably go H4 against that, just to stop any further advance of his pawn. It's kind of debatable, like whether H4, H5 favors white or black. I kind of think he might have got the better deal out of that, but we'll see. Knight G4, it's kind of annoying. Let's figure out how I want to respond to this. I'm going to go... I'm going to take on C6. He takes that way. Okay. Then I'll play Queen E2. He'll probably play E5. Yeah, expected. This is already an annoying position, though, for me. I think I'm going to go Knight D1 and try to play Knight E3 and exchange his knight. Because otherwise I don't see how I can equalize, really. Okay, I'll just take... Takes with the pawn. Let's go Bishop E3. I'm just going to play Rook FD1 after this and try to trade some stuff down the D file. Okay, so here... Queen B5. Okay, so he's opting for an endgame. Interesting. I'll still go Rook FD1. Although I gotta say, I think this endgame is not at all better for white. It's probably close to equal. I could play Bishop B6. Doesn't do much for me, though. I'll play A4. Just try to undermine his pawn. He takes, I take. Bishop back to B8. Interesting. Okay, let's go here. Because I don't think he can infiltrate down the D file very effectively, so I'm okay moving my rook away from the D file. Maybe now Bishop F1. I kind of want to play Rook B4 next and try to go Bishop B6 check, so I'll do that. We'll see if that leads me anywhere. It is a nice threat I have. Also, I can try to get my other rook to the A8 square. Okay, so check. Here he's dropping an exchange. I'm able to win the exchange now. I'll for sure be taking their next move, so let's take. He can go Bishop D6, check. But this looks pretty good for me, doesn't it? If C5, I have Rook D1, attacking his bishop again.
Check. Check.
Okay, this looks awesome for me. Let's go F3. Why not? I think I can play B3. And then bring my king in. Why not?
Check.
Just want to make sure he doesn't establish like a fortress of some type. I'm a little bit concerned he's going to put his bishop on G5 and try to hold down the fort. Still, though, check. I think I have good chances to win. So long as I'm careful. Okay, let's go G4. Now it's calculation. If I take, he goes there. G5, take. Okay, I'm winning that race. I'm definitely winning that race if that happens. Okay, let's go here. That's the simplest way to do it. And just plunk our queen on E1 at some point. Yeah, this is over. I'll just approach with my king and win his pawn. Alright, he resigns. Okay, let's have a look. So, I didn't get much out of the opening in that one, I do not believe. So, time it off. And I know G3 is supposed to be like fairly innocuous against this line. And after Queen C7, Bishop G2, H5. This is like an interesting pawn thrust that I know black can play in this line quite frequently. So, H4. I'm not really convinced that H4 is my best option here. Maybe I should have opted for like a more restrained approach with H3. But I didn't want to like debate the merits of it. And h4 is more resolute than h3, just putting a stop to his h-pawn advance altogether. So that's why I played it. Then again, he gets to use that nice g4 square for his knight. So I don't know. So take, and then queen e2. And I think I like this maneuver, knight d1 to e3, just trying to exchange his knight. If I don't do that, I fear I might just be worse, because my knight on c3 is restricted. Sometimes they try to go like bishop e3 and knight a4 to b6 in this line, but with his knight being able to take my bishop on e3 at any moment, that's probably not going to be a good idea. So, knight d1, and then here, knight e3, castle. Yeah, in this position, I speculated was roughly equal, although it's interesting nonetheless. He tried to trade queens, and he was successful in that, aiming for an endgame. Yeah, I'm not sure about his bishop b8 move. That seemed a little strange to me, bishop b8. Maybe just king b8 in this position was better? I don't know. Let's just consult the engine and see what it says. King c7 gives white like a very modest advantage in this position. Quarter of a pawn to a half pawn, something like that. Okay, well, this might be a little bit better than I thought. But after this, I was able to play rook d a1, and yeah, generated some threats. Bishop f1. My bishop is not doing anything on g2, so I might as well reroute it. Get it aiming towards his king side. Interesting that the computer likes b4. Just pawn b4. Rather than rook b4, which had a pretty transparent threat of bishop b6, but this did yield me a really good position after c4. Yeah, so it seems b5 was a big mistake by him. He had to play rook d7. So addressing the threat of bishop b6. Interesting. Yeah, after b5 and then c4, he's in trouble. He either has to take as he did in the game, which is probably the lesser of the two evils, or just let me win the pawn on b5. After which his queen side is collapsing. So,
Check.
Yeah, and I think my play was okay after this, not
Check.
great. I think I could have probably converted this position in easier
Check.
fashion than I did in the game. Computer says b4 here. Yeah, just be able to bring the pawn up to b6 at a moment's notice. That looks pretty good.
Check. Check.
But overall, I don't think I ever let the win slip,
Check.
let's say. The only thing that might have been interesting to look at
Check.
is at the end, if he had gone after my b-pawn instead of my
Check.
e-pawn when we got into this pawn race. So, yeah, like right about here. So when I took on f6, yeah, it's winning no matter what. But I was just thinking he might want to go for this pawn instead, but I still queen like so quickly. And actually I queen with check too. That's something I didn't
Check.
even realize during the game. So, yeah, queen with check. Yeah, interesting game where I don't think I had much out of the opening, but managed to create some problems for him in the middle game after he had castled. Now you can see the engine doesn't think white's any better at all in this position, but managed to do some damage in the endgame, especially with that a4 move. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this game against Bokula, and I'll be back tomorrow with another Blitz game. And please leave me any feedback in the comments, as usual. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.